It all started when three friends, Ryan, Chloe, and Marcus, decided to create a paranormal YouTube channel called Ghost Vlog. They weren't professionals, just thrill seekers with cameras and curiosity, obsessed with haunted places and ghost stories trending online. Their channel had a few thousand subscribers, mostly people who loved jump scares and night vision videos. One autumn evening, Marcus discovered a creepy abandoned motel on the outskirts of their town, the Hollow Pine Motel, closed since 1997 after a mysterious fire that killed several guests. Locals said strange lights flickered inside the ruins at night, and the air around it felt colder than anywhere else. That was enough for the trio to pack their gear and film what they hoped would be their biggest video ever. They arrived around midnight, greeted by the crunch of gravel beneath their tires and the eerie silence of the forest surrounding the old building. The motel stood half-burnt, its sign barely hanging by one chain, letters faded and rusted. The walls were blackened by smoke, the windows cracked, and the rooms behind them swallowed by darkness. Ryan, holding the camera, spoke into the lens. "What's up, guys? Tonight, Ghost Vlog explores the Hollow Pine Motel, the place locals say is cursed." His voice trembled slightly, but excitement burned in his eyes. Chloe followed with an EMF detector and a flashlight, her breath visible in the cold air. Marcus carried the spirit box, the tool that supposedly allowed ghosts to communicate through white noise. They entered the main lobby, where burned furniture and broken glass covered the floor. A half-melted reception bell still sat on the desk. Chloe pressed it jokingly. Ding! And a faint whisper echoed from the hallway. "Did you guys hear that?" Ryan asked. Marcus nodded. "Probably wind," he said, though his voice lacked conviction. They kept recording. In room 12, they found the first real sign of something unnatural. A child's doll lying in perfect condition amid the ashes, its glass eyes unblinking. The camera's audio picked up a low hum, like someone humming an old lullaby. Chloe froze. "That's not wind." The EMF detector spiked. Ryan zoomed in on the doll, whispering, "Is someone here with us?" The spirit box crackled, and then a voice, faint but clear, answered, "Leave." The three stared at each other, their breath quickening. Marcus laughed nervously, trying to keep things light. Okay, creepy, but perfect footage. They moved to the upper floor, where the hallway seemed to stretch endlessly. Doors lined both sides, some hanging open, others shut tight. Ryan pointed his camera at a flickering light at the end of the hall. "There's no power here," Chloe whispered. The temperature dropped suddenly. Then, bang. One of the doors slammed shut on its own. Marcus jumped, nearly dropping the spirit box. What the hell was that? Ryan ran to the door and pushed it open. Inside, everything was covered in soot except for a mirror standing perfectly clean. Their reflections looked distorted, elongated, shadowed, faces slightly twisted. Chloe stepped closer and gasped. Behind their reflections stood another figure, a tall woman in a burned dress, her face blackened by soot, eyes white and empty. The spirit box blared static, then said, "You shouldn't have come." The mirror cracked loudly. Ryan stumbled back as Chloe screamed. The camera captured every second, the woman stepping out of the mirror's surface, her burned hand reaching forward. Marcus bolted for the stairs, shouting, "We're leaving, we're leaving." They ran, but the hallway stretched longer than before, the doors repeating endlessly like a maze. The woman's footsteps echoed behind them, slow but relentless. Ryan's camera flickered between static and image. Every few seconds, her figure appeared closer. Chloe tripped, and Marcus pulled her up. They burst through the exit door into the cold night, panting and shaking. "We got it all on camera," Ryan said breathlessly. "We need to post this now." But when they reached the car, Ryan realized the camera wasn't recording anymore. The last footage was corrupted, every file turned black, except one labeled room 12.mp4. Inside that file was only one image, the burned woman standing in the hallway, staring directly at the lens. Her mouth moved, but no sound came out. They left the site and drove home in silence. That night, strange things started happening. Chloe heard tapping on her bedroom window. At 3 a.m. Marcus's lights flickered on and off even when unplugged. Ryan's camera turned on by itself and played distorted whispers. They decided to meet the next morning, delete everything, and forget about it. But when Ryan didn't show up, Chloe and Marcus went to his house. The door was open, his camera lying on the floor. The recording showed Ryan filming himself, terrified. "She won't leave me alone," he whispered. "Every time I look in a mirror, she's there." He turned the camera toward his bathroom mirror. His reflection smiled back while he didn't. Then, the video cut to black. Ryan was never found. Days later, Chloe and Marcus uploaded a tribute video for him, announcing the end of Ghost Vlog. But that night, the Ghost Vlog channel uploaded a new video on its own title, The Hollow Pine Motel Return. The thumbnail was Ryan's face, pale and lifeless, eyes glowing white. Chloe called Marcus immediately, panicking, but when he answered, his voice sounded distorted, layered with static. "We're already here," he said, though she could see him on her phone screen, behind him. The burned hallway stretched endlessly. The live chat filled with horrified comments, as viewers watched the feed glitch and distort, showing flashes of the burned woman, the doll, and Ryan's ghostly figure walking toward the camera. The channel went offline a minute later. Police investigated, but found no trace of Chloe or Marcus. Their car was still parked near the motel. The YouTube account Ghost Vlog remained frozen. Its last video view count stuck at 666,666. Months later, curious fans began receiving strange notifications. New upload from Ghost Vlog. When they clicked, the video displayed only static for 10 seconds, followed by a faint whisper, "We're still filming." The Hollow Pine Motel was eventually demolished, but construction workers reported that their phone cameras sometimes opened by themselves, recording without permission. One even claimed that when he checked the footage, he saw 3 figures standing in the rubble, holding cameras. Their faces were burned, but they smiled, waiting for someone to watch. The legend says that if you find the original Ghost Vlog video and play it past midnight, you'll hear the same whisper through your speakers. Some say it's Ryan calling for help. Others believe it's the burned woman, inviting you to join her next recording. Either way, if you ever see a notification from Ghost Vlog, whatever you do, don't click it.